Hello everyone, Miss Bocat here. Welcome to the Year 6 English workshop where we're going to discuss reading and writing here at Highwood for Year 6s. The aims of this session are to give you all an understanding of what we expect from our children in reading and writing by the time they reach the end of Key Stage 2. We're also going to look at what we do day to day in reading and writing, and we're going to talk about how to best support your children at home. I just want to say before we start this session, if you need to pause the slides at any time, please do so and take the time to read the information given. Here at Highwood, we believe reading to be so important for your children and their development, and experts within the field of education support our view in this. It's important to point out that life isn't all about test scores, but it is also interesting that children who read regularly do better within their tests, especially when it comes to GCSEs and exams further down the line. This slide shows the difference between two children, one who reads 20 minutes every night and one who doesn't. It's really clear that the child who reads for 20 minutes each night is going to be much more successful in their subjects. We know that children who read regularly are better at writing, their math skills improve, and they're better at reading quickly, which is really important for SATs. It's well known that reading regularly helps your child in their writing, especially when it comes to vocabulary and understanding sentence structure, but it's really important for other subjects such as maths. We now do a lot of reasoning problems in our maths, and so it's important that your children know how to read these questions and comprehend what the question is asking them so that they can use their math skills to answer the problems. This slide shows the National Curriculum Objectives for children in Year 6. These are the things that we cover during our reading lessons. It might be useful for you to pause this slide so that you know what we cover during reading lessons and other subjects with your children this year. Now that you know some of the objectives that we cover in reading in school, I'm going to just speak about what we do to teach reading in school. So every morning we do some whole class reading for 30 minutes, and this is where we talk about a book and answer questions based on that book. Your child might be involved in individual reading to an adult, intervention groups, and they will also complete individual reading time with comprehension quizzes. Whole class reading is where we go into depth teaching our children more sophisticated reading skills. This goes from skimming and scanning and just retrieving information from a text to making more analytical decisions based on the text. We have designed it so that we can help children engage in more sophisticated text and think about the answers that they give to questions based on that text. In whole class reading, we teach a variety of skills to the children. These include retrieval skills, where children are taught to retrieve information from the text, interpreting skills, where we learn how to infer what the text might be meaning, choice skills, where we think about the choices that an author might have made and the effect this might have on the reader, and explanation skills, where we think about language and explain what it might mean. Here is an example of a SATs question. The children would need to use their interpret skills that they've learned in whole class reading to answer this question and infer what the word might mean. We are so lucky in Year 6 to have such a fab choice of books. At the moment we are reading Clockwork by Philip Pullman as classes, and the kids are really enjoying the suspense and mystery that Philip Pullman manages to create within his story. Now you might be thinking, how can I help? What can I do at home to support my child? Reading regularly with your child and actually asking them questions about what they're reading is so important. We know that life is hectic and busy, but if you could take the time to read a few times with your child a week, this would really help build up these skills and improve their confidence in their reading ability. One of the things that we do with your children is use Accelerated Reader to help us monitor where their reading level is at. They take a short quiz on the computer, which is based on a book that they have recently read, and this helps us understand where they're at with their reading. Another thing that Accelerated Reader does is recommend a reading level for your child. This means that when your child chooses a book from the library, it is at an appropriate level where they can still read the book, but it also challenges them, especially when it comes to vocabulary. So now that we've thought about reading, what about writing? All of our writing is centred around audience and purpose. In our lessons, we will be continuously asking our children, who's the audience? What's the purpose of this text? And we teach them how to write to entertain, to persuade, to inform, and to discuss. The national curriculum also provides objectives for writing in Year 6. It might be worth pausing this slide so that you have more of an idea of the objectives and aims that we cover in our writing in Year 6. An aspect of writing is spelling, punctuation, and grammar. And these are skills that we teach throughout our writing lessons, both directly and indirectly. And the children will have a SPAG test in their SATs at the end of this year. So, how is writing actually taught? As mentioned before, we have a real focus on audience and purpose in our writing, and we hope that this makes our children's writing more purposeful. In writing, we read and analyse examples within a genre of text so that we can find out what makes a good one. This gives our children something to aim for. We then use a variety of different texts to help us collect words and ideas. Through drama, we think about ideas and articulate them. We then learn the technical aspects of a text, so the grammar and spelling in separate lessons. And then we do a whole lot of writing to give your children some practice within that text. After that, we review and edit our work. Here is an example of how the children plan their writing here at Highwood. First, they need to think about who their writing is for and what they want their writing to do. Do they want it to explain or persuade, or maybe even entertain? They then have a chance to think about what they want their reader to feel. They want them to feel happy, full of suspense. We then think about the features that will achieve this and have a chance to brainstorm language that they can use in their writing. Now, I understand that was a very quick whistle-stop tour of how we teach reading and writing here at Highwood. If you have any questions or concerns about your children in their reading and writing skills, do please make an appointment after school with myself or Mrs. Rains, and we would love to chat to you about how we can partner with you to best support your child. Thank you for watching this video, and see you soon. Bye!